The Katana Lace is actually an evolution of the Katana Velcro, which we released, I believe, back in 2003, I want to say. So the Katana Lace came out a few years after that, in probably 2007 or 8. So this is a pretty sweet rendition of that same shoe. There's obviously some aesthetic updates to the upper of the shoe. Primarily what you're going to see in the men's version is an updated heel. They've really slimmed down the heel rubber, which you can see on the back, and it comes up a little bit higher, and there's better coverage on the sides of the heel. It's going to be a more precise, more sensitive heel, so this shoe is going to heel hook a whole lot better than the previous version did. And aside from that, the men's shoe is really not much changed from the current model. The exciting news is the new women's model. So this shoe is built for lighter weight climbers. It's got excess grip 2 rubber on the bottom with a split sole. So I think guys are actually really going to like this shoe for steeper climbing or anything they need more sensitivity on, basically. Same heel treatment as well. So they both got a thinner, more sensitive strip of rubber up the back of the shoe. Katana has a really nice point on it. It has a really pronounced toe, and it's got our PD55 last, which is kind of mid-range as far as aggressive lasts go. And it's really, really great for not super aggressive overhung terrain, but better for kind of vert edging. So this shoe, the shape of the shoe, really drives all your weight forward to the front tip of the shoe. This is what Adam Andre actually used on the Dawn Wall, so for really, really precise hardcore edging. It's also good for pocket climbing. That really nice point fits into really small pockets nicely. This shoe is awesome for any kind of vertical climbing that doesn't really require smearing. You're more standing on edges and features and pebbles and things of that nature. This is a middle range downturn shoe. This is on a PD55 last. It's also on the TC Pro. It's a really popular last. What PD stands for is pointed and downturned, and then 55 stands for the percentage of asymmetry. So like 100% would be super aggressive. We don't make anything with 100% asymmetry. It's referring to the kind of banana curvature of the shoe. So this has 55% asymmetry. That seems to be a really, really comfortable fit for a lot of people. And this also has our P3 technology, so that active randing around the front of the shoe that goes around in a slingshot pattern to the back of the shoe, so it loads tension on the back of the heel and directs all your weight and power to the front of the toe. It has a really comfortable fit, and part of that is because of the tubular construction, the way the shoe is designed and constructed. This tongue kind of wraps perfectly over the top of the foot. It's totally unique in the line. Nothing else is built the same way this shoe is, and it has just a really unique, really comfortable fit that accommodates people who don't downsize at all to people who want to go really, really, really tight for really hard edging projects. So I think it'll work for just about anyone. If you're getting out of rental shoes, maybe this isn't the shoe you're quite ready for, but a lot of people go for it anyway, just because it feels so good when you pull it on. But for $210, I don't think a lot of people are gonna go that route. There are a lot of parts to the Katana Lace and a lot of steps to the construction process of this shoe. There's just a lot of panels, and it takes more time to build this shoe than any other shoe we have, but it's definitely worth it. And these shoes will last a really long time, really indestructible. They'll take a lot of resoles, and this is one of the shoes that I always bring to the crag, without a doubt. If there's ever a really, really small edge that I have to trust all my weight on, this is the shoe that I want on my foot. So as far as fit with La Sportiva goes, you always want to downsize. Don't wear your street shoe size unless maybe you're crack climbing in Indian Creek and you want your toes totally flat and comfortable, but even then it's probably going to be too loose and the crack could pull your shoe off. So you definitely want to downsize. I would start with about 2 sizes down. So if you're wearing a size 10.5, 11, you're going to want to wear a size 9. I think that's a good place to start. Each size goes down about 4 millimeters, so it's really small increments. There's more sizes per size run, which is really nice, so you can get that kind of precise fit dialed really nicely. So you can play a lot with sizing, and the smaller you size your shoes, the more your foot's gonna put pressure on the structure of the shoe, the more the shoe's gonna stretch. So the end result is kind of what you're aiming for. The way the shoe feels out of the box is no indication whatsoever of how the shoe's gonna fit for 80% of its life. So if you're in the store and you try on, let's say you try on a size 42, and the 42 fits great, you wanna go down. If the 42 fits great in the store, when you take it home and you break it in at the gym, it's gonna stretch out and it's not gonna edge nearly as well. You're gonna lose a lot of performance. So you always wanna go down. If the shoe is somewhat challenging to get on in the store, that's a good indication that you've got the right size. So the solution is definitely more oriented towards steep climbing. So the solution, I think, is a champion at toe hooking, heel hooking, and smearing. This is definitely more a really technical footwork shoe, good for climbing at like Smith Rock or some place like that, where you're putting most of your weight on your feet and you're driving straight down on really small features. That's what this shoe is for. Solution is more, it was built more for hardcore bouldering, even though a lot of sport climbers like it now too, because there's a lot of futuristic sport climbs out there now that have very technical, funky bouldering moves incorporated in them. So, but the solution is definitely a steep climbing shoe, and this is way more oriented towards vert climbing.